Alright, let's get into some secrets of better marketing. Secret number one is how to create a cash flow surge with customer reactivation. If you've been in business for a while and already have a customer base, before you spend a dime on any external marketing, your first priority should be to focus on internal marketing. That means marketing to and maximizing the value of your existing and past customers. Your internal marketing should include offers to reactivate past and inactive customers, offers for repeat business, and campaigns to stimulate referrals from your existing customer base. It seems as if most people are anxious to get started on their external marketing systems and bringing in new customers. After watching this, you'll have a better understanding of how to effectively and efficiently do that. Better than 99% of the business owners out there. But if you have a list of current and former customers, you're sitting on a gold mine. Why should you start with marketing to your list of past and current customers first? First of all, it is the least expensive target market that you can market to. Marketing to past customers is 5 times more cost effective than marketing to the mass market, where you're trying to compete with all other marketing messages vying for your prospect's attention. It only costs the price of a stamp or phone call to contact a prospect on your customer list. Many businesses have grown 10%, 20%, even 50% or more in a few months, simply by systematically marketing to their existing and past customer base through a system of carefully planned sequence mailings. We'll talk more about that later. The second reason you should start with marketing to your past, current customers is that they are already qualified customers. You know they can afford your services and have an interest in jewelry. They're more likely to respond to an offer from you because they have done business with you in the past. And they know you, they like you, they trust you. That is, if their previous experience with you was a satisfactory one. The third reason you should start with marketing to your list of past and current customers is that they are a prime source of referrals, which we will discuss later. So your first step is to implement a program to reactivate former customers. If you haven't already done so, you need to compile a master list of all your past and present customers. I would suggest doing this on some kind of database program on your computer. Once you have this master list in the computer, you need to continually update it. Always add the names of your new customers and also the names of your prospective customers or leads. This is crucial in order to properly use the powerful follow-up strategies that I will teach you later. In a very short time, you'll realize that this list is the key to continually making a lot of money. It is definitely one of your most valuable assets. For our customer reactivation strategy, we'll be using the list of your former and inactive customers. This technique can cause a pretty substantial cash flow surge in a short period of time. Most businesses do a very poor job of keeping in contact with their customers. Getting a new customer is one of the most expensive processes in business. Once you get a new customer, you want to keep them as a customer for as long as possible. The lifetime value of a customer can add up to really big money over time. So one of the most important things you can do to keep a customer's business is to simply treat them well, show them you care, and keep in regular contact with them. According to statistics, businesses lose customers for these reasons. 1% die. There's nothing you can do about that one. 3% move away. If they move out of the market area, there's not a whole lot you can do about that. 5% take a friend's or a relative's advice and switch to someone they recommend. This one's not really within your control either. 9% switch due to price or a better product or service. Sometimes this can be prevented, sometimes not. Remember what we talked about in the USP section. You need to be unique so that you don't have to compete on price. 14% switch due to product or service dissatisfaction. I know that you can't please everybody all the time, so some of this is unavoidable. But many businesses don't even try to prevent this with better customer service. A whopping 68% leave because of what they perceive and describe as indifference from the business or someone in the business. They were never made to feel valued and appreciated because they were not communicated with and were taken for granted. So one of the most important things we can do to keep our new customers and reactivate past ones is to make them feel important, appreciated, and respected. And how we will do that is with a letter sent to our list of past customers called the We Miss You letter. It's designed to make an emotional impact on the past customers who have fallen by the wayside and get them to schedule an immediate appointment. Direct response is designed to produce immediate and measurable results. The We Miss You letter is a direct response medium called direct mail. The most effective direct mail letters are not written in an impersonal, business-like, stuffy King's English style. The most effective ones are written in a conversational, one-on-one tone. Even though this letter may be going out to hundreds or thousands of your past customers, it's written as if you're talking to just one person. Don't worry about being grammatically perfect. Write the way you talk. This personal style of writing has been proven to produce the best results in direct mail. Here's an example of a We Miss You letter. Headline: We miss you. Dear client, I'm very concerned. You are a valued customer of mine and I haven't seen you for many months. I would genuinely like to know the reason why. I hope that you weren't unhappy in any way with our services or made to feel uncomfortable, or maybe you were concerned about the cost of jewelry and didn't think you could afford to continue buying. I can only guess at why you haven't been back, but I'm concerned that your jewelry needs are going to go unfulfilled. I want you to know that if there's anything we've done that has kept you from visiting the store, I want to make it right. If that means I need to give you some jewelry for free or whatever it takes to regain your confidence, I'm willing. And if you're concerned about the cost or don't have the money right now, that's okay too. If necessary, I'll make a special financing plan available to you. Why would I do that? Because I'm concerned about you. I valued you as a customer and would like you to come back. So I'd like to offer you a one-time former customer special just for you. First of all, I want you to call my office and talk to Heather when you get this letter. My number is 206-000-0000. When you call, schedule a time to come in as soon as possible so we can discuss what you need. I'll make sure Heather works you into my schedule as soon as possible. I'm really concerned about you and don't want you to wait. If there's something we've done that has kept you away, or even if it's just because of your busy schedule, I've told Heather to give you half price off your next jewelry purchase. Let me buy the other half to get you back as a customer. But you need to call me right away to get this half off special price. This offer is only good for the next 10 days. Once again, my number is 206-123-4567. I hope to hear from you in the next few days, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Sincerely, Joe Blow, your town jewelry store. You might wonder why you should use an approach that implies that you were the reason they didn't continue shopping. But how do you think people will react to it? Even though you haven't done anything wrong, the letter is sincere and shows that your customers are important to you. Obviously, this letter can be changed and adapted to whatever works better for you or your past clients. The headline could be, Where have you been? What happened? I'm puzzled. You know your customers better than I do, so make any changes that you think would make it better. You may want to change the special offer to whatever is economically feasible for you, but whatever changes you make to the letter, don't make it sound sterile or businesslike. Test mailing it to a small list of former customers and evaluate the results. The whole point to this entire section is that the only reason many of your former customers haven't stayed with you is because you haven't communicated with them. The Purpose of this client reactivation promotion is to spend as little money as possible and get the greatest return possible. It should only cost approximately 5 cents per page to make copies of this letter, and you don't have to mail them all at once. You may want to mail 100 or so as a small test, and then evaluate the response before mailing the rest. If you have some computer skills, you should try to personalize the mailing. In other words, use the person's name in the salutation. If that's not possible, just use "Dear Friend." One of the biggest challenges we have is using direct mail is simply getting the envelope opened. People sort their mail over the wastebasket. Gary Halbert, a very successful and expensive marketing consultant, talks about A pile mail and B pile mail. A pile mail is important stuff that you open and look at right away. Things like a personal letter from your Aunt Flossie in Florida. B pile mail is mail that is obviously unsolicited junk mail addressed to occupant with a bulk mail stamp. We want our direct mail to look as much like A pile mail as possible. It's best to handwrite the person's name on the envelope. You want it to look like a personal letter. And we want to use a live first-class stamp, just like Aunt Flossie would do if she were sending you a letter. If handwriting the name and address on the envelope is not possible, the next best option would be to use your computer and printer to direct print the address on the envelope using courier font. The least favorable option is a label stuck on the envelope, and that screams junk mail. Also, don't put the letter on your business letterhead. Just use a plain white sheet of paper. You want the letter to look as personal as possible. This style of direct mail has proven time and time again as being the most effective low-cost formula that can produce a high potential return in a very short time. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Adapt the letter to your needs, but don't deviate from the personal, one-on-one style of the letter.